Hello everyone, thank you for coming to my channel again. My name is Buki Obikule, by the way, and I'm happy that you're here to listen to my topic today. Today I have a very interesting topic which affects everyone, and that's this topic of how to save money. Now the thing is, there are thousands and thousands of information out there on how to go about saving money, but most times we get lost in the details, and you know the devil is in the details. So what I have done is I've called out 3 basic steps that you need to do in order to start saving and then work towards living a financially free life. And also I will be sharing with you how I started saving towards a very particular project and how I became successful in executing that project. Before we take a deep dive into this topic, I would like us to understand, what does it mean to save? Saving means setting aside a particular amount or a particular percentage of your income. Now, you can say, okay, I only want to save on my monthly income that I get through my normal job, or I want to save also from my side hustles. But the most important thing here is that you are setting it aside. You're not mixing it up with every other expenses that you have to cater for, and that's saving. Now, talking about the 3 steps on how to save. The first step for you to take is to have a budget. I mean, you cannot overemphasize the importance of budget in your walk towards a financially free life, right? And the thing is, if you don't make budgets, you spend money on things that are really not necessary, and then you spend money on waste, and that way you cannot save. Another important thing is that in your budget you include savings, the amount you want to save, as an item. This item might just be a want, but you know it is there, it is written down, you are conscious of it, and that way you are able to consciously save. You're able to consciously set aside a certain amount of your income to save towards whatever goal you want to use that money for. And that way, for you to be able to save, you need to be able to budget. I would like to say again that you cannot overemphasize how to budget, or you cannot overemphasize budgeting in personal finance and your work towards financial freedom. And if you need more on how to create a personal budget, check my video on personal budget. And if you need more about how to identify what is most important in your budget, check my video on wants and needs, and then you can get your answers there. The second thing is define a goal for your savings. I mean, there are 1001 things you can define goals for. You can save towards. You can save towards going to school, like going for your second degree or even your first degree if you don't have any. You can save towards buying a car. You can save towards buying a house or an apartment. You can save towards a particular event in your life, like going for a sabbatical. You can save towards making a particular travel, or saving towards a particular experience that you want to have in your life. You can save for so many things, right? And the thing is, if you don't have a goal, anywhere you go to is where you land. I mean, anywhere you get to is your goal. So having a goal helps you to like really plan your savings, and it helps you make it more achievable. And that's why, you know, I would also suggest that you use SMART to like define your goal. And what do I mean by SMART? You need to make sure that your goal is specific. It has to be very on point. It's also measurable. You can quantify it. What exactly do you want to achieve? You also have to make sure that it is achievable. Don't look for something that is outside your capacity. You know, don't look for something that, you know, in 20 years, in 50 years, you're not able to achieve it. Also, look for something that is realistic. You know, something that it's something that you can work with, right? And also look for something that it's time bound. Like, have a time for it. Is it a savings of 2 years, 1 year, 5 years, whatever you want to, whatever time you want to put to it, attach it to it, because that way you are confident. It boosts your confidence in saying, okay, this is the goal I've set for my savings, and you know that, okay, as the time ticks, you are closer towards achieving your goal. Now, the third thing, that make sure you separate your savings. What do I mean by separating your savings? I mean, you cannot say you're saving and you keep the same money that you're saving inside your normal account where your other income, where your other expenses are being taken from. If you leave that money inside that same account, trust me, before you know it, one way or the other, it is gone. Of course, not by maybe not by scam, but I mean you would spend it on some other thing. So make the effort of separating your savings. If it means that you will have to have a separate account, like opening another bank account to put in your savings, please do it. If it means that you can work with a piggy bank, please do a piggy bank. It works. I've done it before. If it means that you're putting it in a fixed account that you don't have any access to an ATM card for it, please do it. It helps you to separate, because that way it's kind of help you to have a barrier or an hurdle, you know, from you being able to spend that money you are setting aside. And that is really, really important. Try to separate your savings from your other expenses. It doesn't take much to open an account or even buy a piggy bank if you need to. Yeah. So I remember I said I was going to share with you how I saved towards a personal project. The thing is, when I decided to go for a second degree, I was working and during that time and I didn't have the money or the means to go for the second degree, because it was in thousands and thousands of dollars. So what did I do? I said, okay, I'm going to work with a budget, I'm going to define a goal, and I'm going to separate it. So the first thing I did was I had my monthly budget, and I was very crazy in that budget. I was literally having like 50% of my income going as a savings, because I know that, okay, I need like almost $50,000 to pay for the second degree. So I was like half of my income, once it comes in my budget, 50% of it goes into savings. The second thing I did was, of course, define a goal. My goal was, okay, I'm saving towards school. So that was the definition. I had a goal for my savings, which is pay for school fees, right? And the third thing I did was that I had a fixed savings account, which means every month something has to go into that account compulsorily, and it's like an automatic charge. The bank just charged me. I don't even know when the bank charges me and charges my account. They just pick the money off of my account and it goes into that particular account. I also had like invested in some mutual funds. I pay into it every month, and I know that when I'm ready to cash out, that money that I'm saving every month for that mutual fund, I'm using it for school. And that was how, at the end of the day, when it was time for school, I had like almost 50% of my cost covered by saving aggressively. So I can tell you, it works. All you need to do is be consistent and be determined. Those are the two key factors that you need to be able to save successfully. I hope you've been able to learn one or two things from my video today. If you like the things I've shared today, don't hesitate to just click a like button. It's down there, exactly down there on this video right now, or you can like just subscribe to the channel and get notifications whenever I post new videos. Or you can as well comment, drop a comment if you have ideas of topics you want me to share with you. Of course, I would be willing to share, and then just drop a comment as well to encourage me. And one more thing, you could as well share to your friends and family, and don't keep this knowledge only for yourself. All right, thank you again, and see you next time.